Are you ready for this one? Because I am.
Yep.
Hi guys, this is DragBoss here. I mentioned in the comments about doing behind the scenes on my YouTube channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it a good idea? Would you watch my videos? Well, this is the first one. Let's see what the DragBoss family's up to.
Yep. Pop that thing off.
Izzy taking
Alright, hit it.
off the oil pan off the 354.
Hit it hard. There you go. What's up, guys? Tim Halstead.
Hi.
Here's Izzy. So she's pulling off the oil pan for the 354 Cleveland. You know, this is a Fox body oil pan. So I put it up, said I was going to sell it, but someone already wanted it because a couple people asked about it, so it's already gone. We're taking that off. We're going to get that shipped to Richard Lavoie in Canada. He wanted it. Yeah. Alaina's taking apart the C4. We're going to get this SFI bell housing on. Okay. Oh, I know. You got to put some muscle into it. So take that off. So she's pulling off the SFI bell housing. Izzy's going to get the oil pan. Mrs. DragBoss made a video. Tell me what you think. Do you think she could make some good videos?
Never know.
Yeah. I'm kind of
Have to
pumped.
do some behind the scenes. See what really goes on.
Yeah, Dad gets stressed about stuff, keeping track of stuff. I think one of the biggest worries I have is dropping a bolt in the engine and not knowing it or something like that. A lot of guys, yep, you're good. Now you just need here to guide it so it doesn't go crazy now. Yep. Nice and smooth. You want to control that. She's getting this off. So I'm glad you guys are here. Videos on YouTube channel is going crazy. I put a lot of effort into it in the past probably 2 weeks. I kind of turned up the wick like I said. We had a great live chat with Brian Wolf. I love that. Very informative on Ford history.
Definitely more to come.
Oh, way more to come.
On the list.
Yes. Yeah.
That.
All right. Let's see what you got. So this bell housing is heavy, so you got to watch out. It's on there a little bit, so I got to pop it out. Now, one of the things I did is I tightened up the band on the C4. You can't really see it, but I'll kind of show you.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. Let's move these back here.
Do you want to help?
We'll take care of this pump gasket.
How do you do that? Don't you think that's heavy?
Yeah, it's heavy.
Then how do you lift it up?
Just did it. So the pump's kind of stuck in the SFI bell housing. That's a PAW, so we're going to pop that thing out of there a little bit. Look at that, popped right out of there. So let's get this out of here, because this is heavy, we don't want it to fall on our feet. So here's the pump here. C4 pump. I'll tell you, one of the things I've learned a long time ago is definitely use the Teflon rings for sealing the drums when you got some high performance in there. When you're making over 500 horsepower, you better be using them instead of the cast rings. So, yep. Now one of the things is I would do, one of the things I do is instead of doing just one side, kind of come back and forth a little bit. That's how you tighten it. I just kind of take it off the same way. So let's get this. We got the front pump out of here. So let's get this thing. Oh, watch out now, hon. You need to take off your gloves.
Dad, this one's stuck. It's tight.
Yeah, this one's won't come off.
Hang on a minute.
This one's too tight.
Let's see.
Oh.
See, that's why I said to try to take it off. What you're doing is, and this is a good example, like I was saying, when you take them all off on one side, this is putting a lot of tension on it. It's pulling it up. So you want to take them off side to side so it comes up even.
That's why that last one was...
Right. Didn't hurt anything, but that's why when you tighten them, you do the same thing. You want to tighten them down
Hi, guys.
from the center out. It's not a big deal. You never did it before. Well, you did when you were 5 years old. So don't lose these bolts. And we don't want to pull that pan out yet. All the bolts are put in a Ziploc. So look at here. It's bleeding. Come and look. trouble. Those new shoes are gonna get oil on them.
No, I don't want them to.
Right.
I want to touch it. Your finger.
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, I want to try.
And Zeus is here to help,
Go ahead, touch it. If you want to touch it, touch it.
watching Izzy.
Go ahead. Just wipe it off. It's just oil.
Ew, I have it on my finger.
No, it's not a big deal. I know.
Oh, I touched it.
You guys are
I'm
over here
Yep.
doing the
pig man.
Getting ready to tear this down. We just pulled the front pump out.
Then why
I got the
is it
thrust
leaking?
washer here, which helps set the clearance along with this gasket. Now, one of the things I got from Paquette was these thicker pump gaskets. You know, C4s have a problem. Sometimes they want to leak, and you got to be careful with them. I mean, there's not much sealing right here, and you can see it. So he made these thicker gaskets, Jim Paquette. So I got those from him. You know, and that helps along with using these different front pump washers to set the clearance on it for the front pump. And we'll get to that when we put it back together. Now this transmission ran fine. It's been freshened up, but I never got to go down the track with it. So it's been a while. I said I want to pull the pan off and take a peek at it and see what it looks like. Now what I did here was I tightened up the intermediate band over here so the drum doesn't fall out. You can see it's tight. Obviously you don't want it that tight when you're running it. There's an adjustment, and we'll talk about that when the time comes. Yeah, there's some leakage here. Alaina likes to see the leakage. But one thing I want to show you, Alaina, is we don't want to pull on this. It's top heavy. It'll fall right on you. So let's find the bolt, the socket for this. We'll pull that pan out. So I can't find the socket. It's probably underneath here, but we don't really need it. But these are hex bolts, so we're going to pull off this transmission pan. So watch. See how I do it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So start taking these off.
Oh, is this open?
Yep. And then where's your... Are you done?
Yep.
All right, we'll take that pan off in a minute. Let's get another plastic
Is
bag.
it the wrong way?
They're tight. You got to put some arm into them.
Just have to.
Oh, wrong way.
Right, righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Oh.
Nice.
Watch, I'll show you how I do it. Then if you see it, you get a better idea.
Explain it.
See? You spin them off like that.
Oh,
and then we'll put them in this bag so we don't lose them.
Okay. Bye.
So they're a little tight. But look at, watch.
It's don't with the pig now.
Watch. You got to do this.
Oh, okay.
See if you can break that one loose. And then we'll get ready to pull your pan off and take a peek.
Oh,
Put some arm into that now.
I got it. Let me do it by myself.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
That's how you do it. But you got to remember, you don't want to be pulling this transmission on you. It's transmission fluid. Right. Let's, instead of taking one, let's loosen them all up. How about I'll help you?
I want to do this side. It looks so red. Look, it's so red. I want to go on this side, Dad.
Well, you take them all out. I'll just loosen them for you because it'd be easier if I did
So why are
that.
you tearing it down?
Just to kind of go through it and fresh it up, make sure there's no issues. Because it's been sitting, it's been a long time, a couple of years since I met. Go ahead, take each one out, please, and put it inside that bag.
Okay.
Just watch out about pulling that thing back. Be cautious, okay? Why don't you get a stool to stand on, kid?
Open.
Yeah. And you can spin it here. That's why I do it like that. Now see, look at
like that.
it's already out of there, see?
Okay, so
But if you keep spinning it, this thread wears into that case. It's aluminum. You don't want to do that. As soon as they come out, you put them right in that bag. Let's see what Izzy's doing. All right, Izzy, what do we got? Pan out.
Nice.
oh, wrong way.
Good job, Alaina.
Gonna hit.
So,
We want to get it loose. Okay? Remember, here's what I'm going to tell you, and I get hyper about this kind of stuff because I don't want to drop a bolt in there or have something go in there and then we have a problem.
Yeah.
So we've got to be imperative that we're careful with this stuff. So we'll pop it loose from the gasket. All right, I want to see if you can take it off.
Stop,
Yep,
I
yep.
dropped it.
All right, just pick it up. You take your time with that. Yep, see if you can pull it off.
Two up. I got one
Lock it and
off.
pull up. It's going to be stuck on there. You should be good with that. Try to just pull up on it. Okay, easy. Why don't you take it up? Hang on a second. Let's put a place to clean it up for it. Are these all the bolts for the oil pan?
Yep.
Thank you.
wow.
Got another one.
All right. Why don't you make sure that you're not missing out on them now? Okay.
Are you going to explain this is?
You want to do it straight. So you're cocked like this. So straighten out the front. and there's a pickup in here that sucks oil, so you're hitting there. So we want to take a peek in there and see where it is. You see it right here? Yep. So lift it. There you go.
Nice.
Why don't you turn it instead of, so we don't drip any oil? Let's turn it like this. Yeah, let's put it this way. See, it was inside that hole, so you have to pull it out carefully. Well, because it had oil in it at one time. It was dynoed.
Keeps it.
And Brett said it was empty, and it sure is empty. So why don't you look in here, Mom? Give him a good look.
What is this thing?
That's the oil pump pickup. It has to suck oil from down in here to get it to lubricate the engine. You understand?
What are these?
So, these are the rods, connecting rods. So the thing about this engine that you see that we talked about, Brett Likens built this motor. It's at least 5 years old. These rods are Molnar 6400, which is pretty unique. So it's got a pretty long connecting rod. It looks nice in there. It's got a nice lightweight scat crank. You can see it's kind of knife edged right here. You see this? That's so when it goes through, it windage it. It doesn't pick up oil against it, which slows it down. You can pull that out of there. We don't need that in there. Why don't you get that piece out of there too? So yeah, it looks nice. Nice and fresh. It smells nice.
What is it? What is this stuff?
It's silicone. That's what we use to seal the pan so it doesn't leak. And you can look here, take a look in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says Likens Motorsports there. It says, I think that says Autotech piston.
Kind of a glare.
But it's about 12-1 is what he said. And the roller cam, I really don't know the specs. I gave some general specs, but he said they weren't the right ones, the right specs. So I'll tell you what, Brett was talking to me. He wants to be on a live chat. So what I'm going to do is I talked to him actually today, and we're going to schedule one tentatively for the 18th at 7 p.m. And he wants to talk Cleveland's and FE's. You know, it's rare that you get an engine builder that wants to come on and give a discussion. And since we've had this motor, and he did a video on that, and I'll put a link to that, it'll be interesting to see his take on this engine, how he put it together, because it was originally going to be a dyno mule. So it's got some unique parts in it. A dyno mule is an engine that's put on a dyno. And basically it's used to test parts, cylinder heads, intake manifolds.
Dad, I can't reach the back.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me finish this conversation. So it was built to be a test engine, so to speak. And then my buddy Brian Gilchrist bought it for his car. He had a Fox body he was going to work on, but he never completed it. He went on a different route. He has a bad 69 Mustang, so I ended up buying the engine from him. And this is what's going to go in Andrea's 69 Fastback. It made, what'd we say, 615 horse at $8,000 with her car, which is probably going to be a little lighter than 3,200. And that 4-speed that's over there, show them that, Mrs. DragBoss.
Get
all the bolts out?
I couldn't get that one.
Why couldn't you?
Because I couldn't.
Well, you have to make arrangements, get that other step stool, right? We adapt when we can't do something. We don't just stop, say we can't do it. We work hard to do it.
See, we have multiple things going on.
And one thing I want to say, that video that I made, that I spoke from my heart. I told you where I came from.
Can you please move it?
Yes, dear. And that video I made before that I put about back pain, I got a lot of great comments on that. I mean, it really blew me away. But I wanted you to know who I am, where I came from, what I do, my experience, and where I'm going. So I appreciate all the great comments on that, and hopefully I helped you with some issues. And that's going to be the first video I put up for my PA channel. I already have, like I said, a bunch of doctors that want to be on there, ER physicians, some surgeons. So I think that's going to be real interesting. You guys might not want to watch that, but who knows?
More to come there.
That is, it's the
Let's
truth.
see. Let's get back to
Good. This way, yep.
the Alaina's.
We get this one down here.
How you doing, Alaina?
Good.
Yep, get that torn apart.
Okay.
Just watch about dropping any silicone in here, as we don't want pieces going in here.
Just one more left.
One more? Okay.
This is where
Let's see. We'll do your last. You have to video your last
yeah.
one. Let's see.
What's up, Zeus?
Oh, wrong one.
Do you guys put do people put silicone back on it?
Yes, that's how you seal it, along with that gasket. Same with this. This has a cork gasket. You can see it right there.
That was my foot, Zeus.
You can hear Zeus here. He's our protector of the DragBoss Garage.
All done.
All right. So let's see. This might come right
I'm
off.
sitting in the garage.
but sometimes it won't. So they have this hammer I got from Blake
Oh, wow.
Livingston with an E. Come here. So we can pry it with a screwdriver. Just give it a little tap here and see if it comes loose.
Like that?
Yeah. Just give it a little tap. Like this.
Oh!
But it isn't going to pop off. So let's get a screwdriver because I glued it there. So hold on.
I'll try one time.
Yeah, it ain't going to hurt nothing. What
I
up, boy?
can't see.
He's the garage protector.
No.
Damn right.
Oh, and here's my mini hammer. Let's try it. I'm making my
Yeah,
own
ain't gonna
video.
work. So this is glued on here. With I always like to use weather strip adhesive.
Ew, it's coming rusty.
So let's get back here.
I don't want to go on my new shoes.
All right.
It's rusty. Why is it rusty?
Over the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay, come here. Put that down, please.
Dad,
Yeah.
do you use like oil that we use for cooking?
No. So here's what I want you to do. This is aluminum, so it scratches and galls really easy. That's why I just gave it a quick tap. So we want to pop that open. You might not even need it. So why don't you see about getting
Looks
up on the higher stand?
Pretty loose.
Make your body mechanics correct, so you're not killing yourself. And I'll just see if it'll pull off. You might not even need it.
Okay.
Okay, use a screwdriver. Give me your hand. Put it in here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then work it around. You can ride it right around there. Just remember, watch out. You don't want to get stabbed with that thing.
How do you put it in again?
You can lift it up. There you go.
Use your other
All right,
hand.
now see if you can pull it off. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. I don't think you even need that, but you go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let's
Yep.
try.
Okay.
Gentle. Yep. Pull it off.
It's heavy.
I know it's heavy, but
can't
pull it
do
off. Come on.
I want to get
Alaina,
my
you're-
shoes dirty.
Oh, you're not gonna get your shoes dirty.
Ew.
So there's the inside of the pan. It's not too bad.
Dirty.
It's all right. There's always a little bit of debris in there, that little dust. So,
Ooh, look at it.
yep. So this
Why
is
is it
a,
all metally, oily?
well, this is the valve body.
I
So this
wanna
is a
put my
performance
foot-
automatic full manual valve body with a trans brake. Now I've heard they had some issues with that, but I'll tell you, I've had this thing for 20 years, man, and it's been great.
Clean.
So
Ew, my finger.
we're gonna take that apart. I see one of the wires here. I don't really like that, but it's not an issue. So we might not even mess with it or fix it. I don't know. What?
How deep does it go?
Put your finger in there. It's full of oil in there. Yep.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
Ew, it's
Right.
Oh, wow.
bleeding. How
So
deep
what-
does it go? Right up to there.
Right. So what we'll do eventually, and that's why I put this pig
Ew,
mat
don't
down.
touch it.
We're gonna flip it over and we'll let it drain. It'll drain in something, but don't mess with it now. We've got enough done for today. I don't want to keep going until I get stuff
Is
cleaned
this-
up.
Yeah.
That's the filter. It has to suck the oil in through the pan, through the pump. That pump spins. It has gears in it, and that spins and sucks the
Like this?
fluid up through here. Yeah, and sucks that fluid up through this area. It goes in the valve body. There's little tiny valves in there that move around at certain times, depending on where the manual valve is, and that shuttles the fluid where it has to go to make these drums work, which we'll get
We'll
to.
have to see where.
Watch my
So-
Mom, make them watch my finger go in.
Yeah, I don't think they care about that. All right,
Yeah, I
Nice.
do that. You just don't know about your YouTube channel.
I don't.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. What do you think the guys like to watch?
Uh,
You think they like to watch you guys working on stuff?
Yeah,
No, I like to watch the clock.
They like to watch the clock. Okay. Maybe at work, but not on DragBoss Garage. It's a time to enjoy themselves and have fun. So at this point, we're going to leave this transmission here. We'll finish this.
And learn something new.
Like I said, you're always
Always
learning something new at DragBoss Garage. So once I get stuff done, we'll get this taken apart, some of these servos. We'll pull off this valve body. Yep.
It, Daddy.
Okay. And so we'll continue this video next time. DragBoss Garage.
Bye,
Let's see.
guys.
So here's what Izzy's doing. Izzy's cleaning out the silicone. I asked her to make sure you don't get it inside the engine, so be careful with that. You don't have to get that part out.
Yellow.
Oh, I like it. It's satisfying.
Yeah, true.
Satisfying. To what? Pull silicone off the engine?
I want
Okay.
You should put more on it so I can pull it off for you.
Well, we don't want to put any more. We want to put it on and put the pan back on. So let me show you what we got. Just remember what I said. Please don't get it inside the
Hey, don't
engine.
touch me
okay?
Yes, you got all this.
Now, one of the things I got from a subscriber, this is going to be the new oil pan that we're going to put on it right here.
Blue.
And I got this from my friend Pete Salem. So,
Shout out to you.
yes, shout out to you, Pete.
Nice.
I appreciate it. There's a lot of guys that have been sending me stuff. Bill Fioretti, I appreciate what you've done. I'm working on some stuff for you. I think you'll be surprised. He sent me that oil pan. And then for Christmas, he sent me the pickup, which I haven't even seen yet. So let's take a peek at it and see.
Yeah, you better be careful with those. You're only 4 years old.
Yeah, okay.
Be careful.
So thanks, Pete, for that. Because we're going to put the front pump.
Oh, no.
So we're going to put the front sump pan in the Mustang. Front pump sump.
Sounds like a
Front sump pump.
Front sump pump.
Front
Sounds
sump.
like a
How about front sump.
Sounds like a Dr. Seuss book.
Front sump pump with the rump
I ate a rump with a dump.
Nice.
and a chicken. Yum.
So this is how this
And a
is
yum
going to
and a
work.
yum.
See, this is the same pickup. It screws into here. Instead of being back here where the oil pickup is in the back, the rear sump, the pan's in the front. For high performance, it's better to have it in the rear, but Fords were designed this
I like
way, and
this
that's what
one
we're
better.
here. I like this design too better.
I
That
Yeah.
one looks like a cheese grater.
It does, and I think she's talking about the filter here. So that'll be in here, and then it'll match up to that pump, and that's what our goal is to
So you're
switch.
gonna have two?
No, we're taking this off,
No.
and we're going to send that
Gordon, though.
with a pan to Richard LeBoy, and then we're going to install this in the pan. So that's our goal.
This one looks like a vent.
They are. They're little filters to keep out.
This
the big
one's a
piece of-
vent. That one's a cheese grater.
Okay, we'll use that. What's that say on there?
10770.
So this says 10770. That's the date of this engine, 10770.
What's that?
That's the date it was made, 1970. October 7th, 1970. Yeah. Old, huh? All right, guys, that's it. Let's finish up here. We'll give you a kind of a closing. But DragBoss Garage is growing like crazy. I've got over 1,000 subscribers in the last week. For live chats, here's what we got going on. I just talked to Brent Likens, who built this motor about 5 years ago. He wants to come on for a live chat on FEs and Cleveland's and camshafts, and that's going to be 2/18/23 at 7 p.m. I've talked to Warren Johnson multiple times. He's ready to come on. I'm waiting for him to get things set up, so that'll be in the near future. Also, I talked to Erica Enders. She's busy. You know who she is, 5-time Pro Stock World Champion in NHRA. We're going to have her on. I talked to Mike Donzero, who did a lot of camshaft work. He's done some of Glidden's cams, so we'll get him on to talk about camshafts also. Scott Shafroff, he's going to be on. I got to call back Tom, who runs the AV department for his shop. I know I'm missing people. How about this? I got to give a big shout out to Bob Beach. Thank you, Bob, for all you've done. You don't realize how many people have commented about your videos and about your history of drag racing and that you're a master machinist, and you really are. I talked to Bob today. He's got pictures of the flat crank engine, that 350. Some guys don't believe it is a flat plane crank, whatever. I'll prove that to him. We got some pictures of the opposed 4-cylinder so we can see that. I'm talking like crazy, and I'll end it there.
There you go, guys. Behind the scenes at DragBoss Garage. A lot of information and a lot of great interviews coming up. Let me know if you think it's a good idea to continue this behind the scenes. Comment below. And thanks for watching.
Thanks, Mrs. DragBoss.
Like and subscribe to DragBoss Garage.
Thank you, Alaina.
Always learn something new at DragBoss Garage.
Oh, Dad, can I also say something? It's cool. Comment down below what you learned new at DragBoss Garage.
Or what you want to learn new.
There it is.
There you go.
Bye.
All right, guys. There's Mrs. DragBoss sitting in the 6.9 Mustang. What do you think?
Feels pretty good.
You ready to pull a wheelie?
I'm ready to cruise.
Cruise? You want to drop that clutch at $6,000 and pull a wheelie?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, you will.
Cruise around.